Hey everyone, NolanJax here. If you're new to the channel, I own a lady bar up in Chiang Mai, Thailand, but today is not going to be anything about that. Today is a kind of a weird video. I was actually messaged by someone from YouTube, a subscriber, who is interested in opening a bar here in Thailand. Now it turns out they already have a bar. They have a bar, or have a property at least, here in Phuket. Now they need some advice, they want some guidance on how to actually open it properly and what they need to do to make that business successful. So they've flown me out to Phuket for the day. We're gonna go look at the property, meet them, and get to know what they can do to make sure that they're successful in this business. So we'll be checking that out, looking at the location, scouting around the location he's at. Again, I'm brand new to Phuket. I've been to Phuket one time, but I was at the opposite side of the island. I've never been to Phuket in this area. Right now I'm in Phuket town, which is on the east side of the island. So I've never been here before, so we're doing a bit of scouting of the area, see what's popular, see what it's like down here, and see how we can make his bar really stand out. So I finished meeting with the owner, Lewis. He's a New Yorker who's living here in Thailand and wanting to open a business. His idea was a lady bar because he's seen my videos and that's what he thought would be a good idea for the area. But on going to the area, I really don't think a lady bar would work there. The area that his bar is in is Pon Pon in Phuket town. It's essentially the red light district of Phuket. There's a lot of brothels and karaoke shops, but there's also a lot of high-end restaurants, some really expensive sushi and other places in that area. So I kind of thought he was leaning towards maybe a burger place before going towards having a lady bar. So I shifted him from going towards the lady bar back to going to that burger place. Having a high-end burger place where you can have good beer, good drinks, I think would be a lot better for the area. You're not gonna outcompete a brothel with a lady bar. If that's what people are looking for, that's where they're gonna go. So you gotta lean to what you can, and I think for that area, the best bet is good beers, good burgers, and I think you can do a lot better. Tonight we're gonna meet back up in the area. I wanna check out that area at night. I'll bring you along, and we'll look at the area, what it's like at night, what the foot traffic is like, and what it could mean for having a business there. So I've been cruising around Phuket for most of the day, and it is a lot different than Chiang Mai. A lot busier, a lot different clientele than we have in Chiang Mai. So that is going to be something interesting that I have to talk about with Lewis tonight. I think the goal is for this bar is to make it something that can really stand out and something that can be different than what they have here. I plan to only come here for the night and leave early tomorrow. I might have to extend my flight a little bit just because I have to see what the nightlife has to offer here in Phuket town, in the old town in Phuket, and see what we can do with this bar, see what this bar can really excel at. Now you could do a karaoke bar in that space, but he has 4 levels in that bar, 4 floors that he has access to. He has the whole building, but he's wanting to do an art gallery on the upper levels. I also think that if he is wanting to do something like an art gallery above, maybe a lady bar on the basement floor is not the best look for that kind of space. I also noticed today that right beside or 2 doors down from his business is a wine and bar bistro. So adding something like a upscale burger bar establishment could be really beneficial for the area, so you could bring in a different clientele. He's saying that the main people who come to that area are Koreans and Chinese and some Thai people. He didn't mention Farang too much. I'm sure they still do come there, but the main people who do come to that area are the Koreans and the Chinese. And so what I found is that those people really want an upscale environment. They want a higher level of experience, a higher level of service than maybe a regular lady bar does, because to be honest, a lot of the lady bars that I've been to really don't care if the walls look nice. Most of them are just painted some random color and then have some LED, and that's about it. But if you want to have more upscale environment and it entice those kind of clientele into your establishment, you're going to have to put a little bit more into the renovations and into building out the business. Again, we're going to be going back there tonight. I'm just spending the afternoon here at the hotel and cruising around Phuket town to kind of get the lay of the land. We'll see tonight what it looks like. I know it's slow season, so we're not going to get a full picture of what the actual area can be, but we'll get a good demographic, a good sense of how it is there at nighttime. It's about 4 p.m. right now, so, you know, give it a couple, 2-3 hours, and it should start to open up. Most of the things there, when we went there before, were all closed down, as they are. Most of the bars and the other shops are going to be closed during the day. So we'll see when we go back there tonight, see how it is, see what the kind of foot traffic is like, and see what we can offer for him to make his best possible business for that area. Well, I'm back in Chiang Mai. We're having some work done on the bar. Have to have a couple things fixed. They had initially, when they installed the LEDs, they'd put the junction box down the bottom. But with the flooding in Chiang Mai recently, I thought it'd be better if we kind of move that out of the way so we don't have any electrical problems. Anyways, I got back from Phuket a couple days ago, and we kind of have a finalized idea of what we think we're going to do with the bar moving forward. So I went to the area that night, and I did check it out, and it was kind of like what I expected. There wasn't a lot of bars in the area. There wasn't a lot of bars open. It was mainly just the brothels and maybe a couple shops in between. Like I said, though, there was some restaurants in the area that were quite busy, that were doing quite well. And so I think if we lean into that, we do all right. If you've never been to Phuket town or you've never been to Thailand, then, you know, there are different styles in every area. Now, especially in Phuket, if you're going to be a bar, if you're going to be a lady bar especially, Patong is where the lady bars are. And Phuket town is on the opposite side of the island, but it's only a 30-minute drive to get to Patong. So, you know, I actually talked to a couple owners who, one had actually tried to open a lady bar in Phuket town, and he said that the girls would just come for a bit and then go to Patong, because that's where all the tourism is, that's where all the bars are, and so you can just make more money. So it was really hard to open a lady bar in Phuket town. So you got to lean into what you can do. And also, walking around that area, walking around Phuket town, or the old town, or whatever you want to call it, is really more of a trendy area. There was a lot of upscale bars, really fancy bars. Honestly, it reminds me of Nimon in Chiang Mai, which is just an area of Chiang Mai that has a lot of the upscale bars, a lot of the trendier establishments. And so you got to lean into what I think that area needs, and then what that area really caters to is a more upscale environment, an upscale bar. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm working with him on designing his bar, help him get the layout that he wants, and then get it set up so that he can open that business and be successful. So I'll be tagging back in every once in a while to show you how it's going, what's going on with that business, and the progress we're making on his bar. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit different, so I apologize if it wasn't the cleanest video I've made, but I thought it was something interesting, something that has actually happened to me quite a few times, and guys approaching me, asking me how to open a business here in Thailand. So I thought it was an interesting aspect of running a business here in Thailand, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Anyways, cheers.